Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences.
Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started. One story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link. On July 4th, 1962, I found myself in the lost and found of mankind. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that it wants to be there. Just because something finds its way to the lost and found doesn't mean that the person who lost it doesn't care for that lost item.
You are writing moments that people will learn from, grow from, and heal through for thousands of years. Together, we are co-authoring a unique moment in time. That DNA, those fingerprints, they're going to be gone. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. But it is your story that they will tell for thousands of years, but only if you leave it. Things that do not serve you must go. The longer you wait, the more time you give them to trick you into serving them. 22 homes in foster care, everything I wore as a scar, as a shame, things that started like Velcro on my spirit. After just a few months, then years, then decades, I had believed myself into believing that they were indelible tattoos. Sometimes we have to be broken down to appreciate the view once we start getting up. I want you to leave this place and know that you have been changed. Why? How do I know it's true? Because each of you has just changed.
spell it out before you get it, baby. Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.
That's my jam. 6 years that song has been the theme song, and it never gets old. Not to me, anyway. Show me your soul, and I promise I'm going to show you mine. My ADHD is in full effect today. It used to be the thing that got me put in the hallway when I was a kid, and today it pays me the big bucks. God doesn't do anything without there being a reason for it. There are no mistakes. That's just their way of keeping our shit interesting. Can I get an amen? Good morning to you. Good morning. I'll kick it off. I ain't scared. Good morning to you. I see you. Look at all you beautiful people. Oh, you. Girl, if you don't quit playing with those eyelashes, I see you. So anyway, good morning and welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Dr. Lauren. It's our last day on StreamYard. Hold on. I'm gonna have to Comcast. Don't come up in here. Don't start nothing. Xfinity, it won't be nothing. I'm just telling them. I ain't scared of them. So, okay, I kind of am. I need you. I take it back. Just go pick on somebody else. Dang. So anyway, yes, when we come back from the Christmas break, I take the last week off and the first week off every year. So we're here 5 days a week, 50 weeks straight. And this is our last day on StreamYard. We actually tomorrow is the first show on the new platform. Wave has more bells and whistles, and the network wanted to move everybody over there. I'm still keeping my StreamYard just in case. I'm like my granny. I don't put all the money in the bank. I put some in the mattress. So anyway, we're going to be going over. I will be here commenting, but our guest tomorrow is kind of high profile and cannot be here because they're actually on television in New York City tomorrow morning at the same time. I was like, and cancel them. Wasn't going to happen. So I'm pre-recording our guest, who is a surprise. I'm not going to tell you. You got to tune in tonight, and we're going to air it tomorrow. So I'll be here. You just won't see me. I'll be like putting comments and stuff in. And then Monday, I'll be sitting in this chair live to kick off the new platform Wave. So welcome. Anyway, I just wanted to say before we get started, it is the last day of November, and here's why I love November. November is National Adoption Month, even more important to me than Thanksgiving. Why? Because I'm an adoptee and I know lots of adoptees. And I just want to say, if you or someone you know feels like you could, you should, or one day might have the capacity to provide a forever home for a worthy child or a few children who don't have that, consider it. Scrolling along the bottom, you'll see a great resource to get the ball started, adoptuskids.org. I know that organization well, and I know it's a great place where you can get started finding out if you possibly have an adoptee in your future. So there you go. Happy National Adoption Month to all. What do we see? So that's everything except for who's here. Now, I have had from time to time, I think over the years I've had a few designers, interior designers, but we haven't had the one we have today. She's here for the first time. Her name is Quiana Rose, and the name of her company is Design a Rose. So now, because of whatever, last day, changing it up, I'm just going to get her in here. She's never been here before. So we roll out the virtual red carpet. We stand to our virtual feet and we throw some virtual hearts on the screen. It's our way of saying welcome, welcome, welcome. Because guess what? Oh, here she comes. Quiana Rose in the house. And I'm jamming today. ADHD. Yeah. Hello, how are you?
I'm good.
I know.
I got a little puppy here determined to destroy
now.
everything, but
What you say?
I got a little puppy here determined to destroy my call, but it's fine.
Oh yeah, I remember from our call. Where is that little thing? Let me put
Bark at me.
Sorry, huh?
She's on the floor barking at me and stuff. So hopefully,
is that a baby?
I mean, in theory, but in size, no.
Oh, that's right. Wait a minute.
Yes.
What kind of dog is this?
I was told, because she's not mine. She's kind of like, she landed in my life. I guess she's adopted. She she should be a pit bull.
She should be.
But I think she's a Catahoula leopard dog, personally.
So, wow. Okay. Well, what's her name?
Her name is Sparkle.
Hi, Sparkle. Sparkle. Come on. It's like, that's one of them hood names. Sparkle Jenkins, live over next to the Free Step Lady. Yeah, Sparkle Jenkins. Hey, Sparkle. So listen, Quiana, I don't have a bio. I apologize. So,
Okay.
And it doesn't matter because I rarely use them anyway. I use a word or two from them because I like the guests to have a moment to just say, hey, look at me. Create your own vibe with the viewers, if you will. So I'm going to dip out for about a minute and let you just open the door to who you are, why you do what you do, and what makes you so different. And then I'm going to come back and, we'll get started.
Okay.
All right. Take it away. It's all you.
I'm Quiana Rose of Design Rose Interiors. I am the owner, principal designer, the maid. I do all the things. And my interior design philosophy is about your personal sense of peace. I offer privacy, education, acceptance, comfort, expression. That is my principles of design for how I design peace in the world. I came up with this because I'm an introvert. I'm an only child. Yes, I have siblings. Don't ask me to explain that. American family. And so I'm an only child, and I am a very introverted person. I have my own sensitivities. I'm also a highly sensitive person. I consider myself an empath. So I based my interior design philosophy on the needs of introverted individuals, those with high sensitivities. This was part of my thesis in college. This is how I've always approached interior design, because the industry itself is based on socializing. It's about putting a whole bunch of chairs around so everybody can talk to each other and look at everybody's face. And some of us, we have a different idea of how we like to socialize. How we like to entertain ourselves. So I believe in individual design, not just universal design. And I would like to sort of branch out in the entire industry and let people know that there is a way to design for individuals who need sort of personal space, who need sensory issues accommodated. So that's my goal in the world, to help everybody feel comfortable and peaceful.
Awesome. So, I got a lot of questions. Because, especially I know all of my little black folks who are watching are like, I ain't never met no black girl who's a interior designer. But she's the real deal, y'all. Seriously, she's the real deal. And it's true. I know you get it. I know you get that. Let's start there if we could. What's it like? There's your website. We're gonna just set that up there for a second, but let's talk to, matter of fact. Oh, let me play around. It's the last day in StreamYard, so I'm gonna do this for right now. I want you to be big. Can I do that? There. Let's pull you over there like that, and then if I need to pull this back in, I'm playing around. Wait, what's this? Where's our picture?
Ooh.
Okay, let's leave it like that. You don't need to see me. Oh wait, I wonder if I drag that. Okay, I like that. You and your cover page there. Let me ask you, as a woman of color, what's it like today, 2023, in the world, as far as black men, male or female, interior designers? I mean, because they're like, aren't they like certified or licensed, or some are, right? Like there's an organization.
So some are certified. So interior design is not the same as interior decorating. They're both very, very important. Design are basically can move walls. Decorators can decorate walls. So those are the small difference between the two. And interior design is a profession, like a lawyer. We have to go to school. We have to pass a bar exam that's called the what is that? ICD.
Let's just say hard ass test. You got a hard ass test.
I have never forgotten the letters in my life. So apparently I'm nervous. But yes, you have to pass like a bar exam. And I tell people if the building burns down, you sue the architect and the interior designer. So that's how important we are. We are responsible for your life, your safety, your wellness, your health inside of an interior space. As a Black designer, when it comes to meeting just like everyday people, I get incredible like love. Like it's almost frightening and so beautiful. I meet people, I tell them I'm an interior designer. They pause. They're like, I love you. I need you. Where have you been? I've never seen your unicornness. And they give me hugs and I love it. And it's like, we are needed. There should be more Black interior designers. We need more Black interior designers, especially needs to be more male than female, which is interesting.
So you're saying it's more male than female?
More male Black interior
more
designers.
Male Black than female.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I find that very beautiful and very interesting.
Yeah.
And even when I went to school for design, there were more Black male interior designers than female. It was kind of fun.
So are people surprised? What about our own people? Are they surprised and do they have a lot of questions? Because I am telling you, I mean, I bet you, like at my event, the Power of We Symposium, shameless plug, where I bring in kids of color who, I mean, I've been sitting there, well, seriously, a couple years ago, two little 7-year-old Black boy, they killed me. They were all back in the kitchen, supposed to be out there, sitting in their seat, watching the speakers. They're all back there staring at the catering people, and they were prepping. They were slicing. This really happened. They were slicing those giant strawberries to put them out on the tables, on the trays. And the little boys were like, and I was like, what y'all staring at? Look at those. And they were looking at me. I was like, yeah, strawberries. Can we try one? I was like, boy, if you don't get out there and sit down, you know what strawberries taste like. And they said, no, we don't. We've had strawberry flavored things. These were two brothers. He said, but we've never had real ones. They had never had fresh strawberries.
Wow.
Never had fresh. So why I said all that to say this, I can just imagine if you were at my event and I had the kids raise their hand, how many of you have ever met an interior designer? Probably none. I bet a lot of my friends haven't met an interior designer. So let me ask you something. How does a person know that, I bet I could be a great interior designer? What was it for you that's what you just like go in a furniture store and just lay your head on stuff? Cause oh, I love you. I just love you. I mean, how did you know that this was your path?
Sometimes we are slow. I was the 8-year-old standing in Home Depot looking at toilet seats and faucets like they were sparkles. Just standing there like, oh, these are so cool. Like I still didn't know. I would spend like hours of my small child life getting those little magazines from the little red box on the street that nobody remembers but me because I'm old.
Oh, I remember those.
Looking at the houses for sale.
Yeah.
Looking at the houses for sale, getting the Sunday paper, pulling out all the furniture, figuring out how I would spend my $1 million from the lottery, planning out the whole house and which furniture pieces to buy. And didn't realize this until I was about 23, watching HGTV after having gone to school to be in marketing, watching Candace Olsen as she has changed many lives. Like, man, I sure wish I could do this. And I was like, wait, why can't I do this? And I was like, I'm going to school. Just call the school tomorrow. Like, looked through and went.
Talk about that process. So you decide you want to be an interior. I'm sure not all interior design programs are equal. Was it hard to get in? What were the qualifications? Did you need some prerequisites? What was it? And how did it work out for you? Obviously, well, but
This is earlier 2000s for me, 2003 or so, when I finally decided to go to school for interior design. So I went to the International Academy of Design and Technology, Chicago, which no longer exists.
Okay, so what? Shout out to Chicago. We still here. So
IADT. Yeah. And I did have to go through like just an interview process. I had already gone to college. I already had a marketing degree. So it wasn't hard for me to get in because they're like, you seem like you like college. So I did that. And the programs are far more rigorous than you would think. I mean, we are going down the rabbit hole of science and art and architecture and math. The amount of math in design will surprise a lot of people.
You know, I'm
And
excited.
then,
Yo, go ahead. Go ahead.
oh yeah, and then I also have, so that was my undergraduate. I have a master's degree in interior design as well. That is where I focused on hospitality and learned more about how to dive into my specific angle of research for like introverted interior design. That was like a 2 to 3 year program, and it was fantastic. We went and studied real live working designers and things like that, and it was fun. I had a good time, and I
So
went to Harrington.
nice. Let me ask you something. So, do you do, residential and commercial?
I do. Most of my work is residential. I would love to move. I'm like 80% residential. I would love to kind of be 50-50. I'm very interested in small boutique hospitality spaces like hotels, Airbnb, small restaurants, things like that. I do help people. I'm working on a dentist office right now. So pretty much anything, if it's like a smaller sort of small business and they want to cater to making people very, very comfortable in their environment, that's pretty much me.
Okay, so let's go to this next big one because I can hear y'all thinking I smell the smoke coming from y'all's minds out there. So let me get this one off the table. A lot of people are thinking and asking right now, yeah, sound good, but shit, girl, I just got approved for a Fannie Mae thing or Freddie Mac, and I've just got a little single family home that I'm getting started. So let's talk about, because a lot of people, when they think, ooh, interior design, they think you got to be balling. You got to have a 7,000 square foot property and this and the other. Is that true? Or, let's say this, let's just take it there. What would you say is the biggest misconception that people have as far as the ability or the need for them to engage someone like you?
I am like a mid-high end designer, so I'm not inexpensive, but definitely I've outpaced a few pocketbooks that can't go to my design services.
Yeah.
But when I approach design, it's not about pretty. It's not about pillows. Okay, this is not about cute.
Oh.
This is not about matching Instagram trends. Interior design is about your health and your safety and your welfare. This is about not putting yellow in the baby's room so you're not giving them anxiety and they don't understand why.
Really?
This is about moving that light switch that you reach for every day that's not there, that's actually starting your day with a little bit of irritation. It's about removing that so you're not irritated every single day. It's about not stubbing your toe because we've put things where you as a person are probably going to walk. You're shorter than your spouse. Like, this is what interior design is about. It's about the details of making your life easier, more comfortable, giving you a space in your home that's yours to relax and to relate, giving you places to play with your children, having it so that you and your spouse can move around your kitchen and not be bumping into each other. That is what interior design is about. It's not about pretty.
Instantly started making sense to me. And because here I am, as youthful as I make it seem, 61. Anyway, but no, seriously, because I'm thinking, as we get older, a lot of people think that the only choice is to downsize, sell your home, move into assisted living or whatever. And I'm wondering, like, are there people who say, no, this has been our family home. Yeah, it's kind of large, but it has history. I'm not going anywhere. I ain't going to the home. And so here's what I want to do. For 30 years, 40 years, I've lived up on the second floor. Now I need to move. I need a bedroom. I need down here on the main floor, and we'll do something else. Do you run into that sort of thing? Do people bring you in because the quality of their life, or someone had a stroke, now they need ramps, this and the other? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Talk about that aspect as our lives change and we need, I don't want to say handicap access, but we need our living space to change with the quality needs of our life currently.
This is a top reason that I am called to come to a space. So I've done the beginning of my career was bathroom design. So I've done a lot of bathrooms for a lot of people, a lot of uncle who can't do this anymore. So I've done that a lot. So the universal term is ADA. So that's Americans with Disabilities Act. So ADA needs. And then the loving interior design term is aging in place. So we
Nice.
want you to be able to stay in your home, and be able to move about and get the things, So this is where the math is. This is about making sure the hallways are wide enough in case one day you
need a
a
wheelchair, right? Or a walker, or right.
Yeah. I will be like, you have to put grab bars in your bathroom shower. And people yell at me. They're like, they're ugly. I was like, well, first of all, buy cute ones. Second of all, you could be 8 years old and twist your knee and still have a good time with that grab bar. So it's not about being old. It's about being a human being. We're just fragile little bags of flesh and bone. And so making it so that you can stay safe in your house from the beginning is so important. When the walls are open.
About that, Quiana, for real. What is it that makes us feel like when we need help, like the grab bars, for instance, that it's an admission of a weakness, or it's a shame thing, or, oh Lord? Because, it's true. I'll just keep it real. I went to the podiatrist appointment because, I was in the hospital a couple weeks ago, a weekender, because I had cellulitis, because I had cut a toenail too short, went walking around my property with flip-flops on, and some bacteria entered into my body, woke up, my whole leg was swollen. So now they go, you need to quit cutting your own toenail. I'm like, what? They're like, yeah, look at it. It was a crime.
You got to hire a toenail cutter.
They said, well, let me tell you, my doctor said, do not go to the pedicure, manicure place, because I see more infections and people hospitalized from those places than anywhere. So go to the podiatrist. So I went this past Monday, right? And I was like, the girl coming, she all nice and smiling. I was like, quit playing. Let's just call a spade a spade. You know what's happening here. She was like, what? I said, this is the beginning of another old people's appointment. Right. What next? Am I going to be walking around my house going, now where'd I leave my teeth? I'm not kidding. So, but aging is a thing we all must look forward to, because what's the alternative? If you're not going to age, it means you're not going to be here. So let's talk about that. How do you come into play when you come into a situation, say it's a husband, wife, or kids have brought you in because the parents need this, but the parents are resistant, or the spouse is resistant because it's some admission that, this is the beginning of the end. As a designer, plus you're an empath, so you got some spiritual gifts going on. Let's talk about that. What is it you reach for to help people do what they need to do to stay safe, and to, you break a hip. I know people die when they break a hip. It's over. A lot of people don't come back from that for whatever reasons. So let's talk about what it takes for you as the designer to get through to people, to help them feel more comfortable and okay with these new choices. Nobody talks about this, Quiana. Nobody.
It's true. Depending on who I'm talking to, I have a whole bathroom speech. Your bathroom is the Rolls Royce of your home. It is the most important room of your home. You could probably find a house on the market with 7 bathrooms. You're not going to find one with 7 kitchens. Yes, your bathroom costs more than your kitchen. There's 3 wet areas at least in your bathroom. There's 1 in the kitchen. And we all know how much plumbers make.
We just had ours redone like a year ago, and it was like we could have bought 3 cars.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. We know how much plumbers make, right? So we have plumbing, we have electricity. These things can kill people, so they need to be done well. The bathroom is, nationally speaking, the place, if you fell in your house and you died, you fell in the bathroom. Doesn't matter if you're 80, 70, 40, 30, 20, like all ages of people. This is the most dangerous room in your house. It's also the most valuable room in your house. It will raise the resale value of your house instantly. You pick up the bathroom or add a bathroom. This is the room everybody need every day, all day. This is the room people fighting over. So you have to acknowledge that it's very important, and it's because there's water, there's electricity. People fall, push their hand through the glass trying to catch themselves in the shower. That's why you got to have tempered glass in the windows. It's really serious room. So you don't want to skimp on that labor, and you don't want to skimp on working on that room. It's very, very important. You're going to be in there probably 3-15 times a day. Yes, I said 3 to 15 because I'm 40 now. And so, and I have been a caregiver for my grandmother and my mother throughout my life. So I've been a caregiver for 20 years. And I
Okay.
know firsthand how important this is. I know what it takes to help someone in the bathtub. I know what it means to help someone to the laboratory. So it's important that I'm patient. Whenever I meet someone, and I usually meet the person who needs the help and the person who's doing the helping, I listen to both people. I give everybody a voice. I let them know that I'm just here to make everything fun and comfortable and easy. And it's once sometimes when people get to a point where they're compromised physically, people stop listening to them, and they're like, well, I know better for you, and I understand that frustration. So as an empath, I understand what it's like to just breathe and listen. Just listen. Even if someone's going through dementia, it's more important to work through their story or their view versus trying to say that's wrong, you're not right, that's not happening, because that never helps. So just
Mm.
listening. What do you need?
Wow.
What's easier for you?
Let me ask you a little personal question. Since,
Mm-hmm.
because now I'm been in my head when I brought up that we had just had our, well, like 2 years ago, we had our primary, because that was a learning experience. Because when I was like talking to the contractor, I was like, yeah, we want to change out our master bathroom. He was like, we don't call it that anymore. It is primary, right? But he was the
Mm-hmm.
same one who came back like 6 months ago and helped us choose plantation shutters.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm talking about the slave terms, you know
Yes,
what I mean?
yes.
Right. So very interesting industry. But I want to say this, like one of our bathrooms, we have four. One downstairs, the toilet is lower than you would normally encounter.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Yeah.
don't care what it is. Every time I use that bathroom, it's like I feel like I've fallen because it seems so far. And we were talking about, we're like, we're getting rid of that toilet. We're getting rid of
Mm-hmm.
it. It seems so low, but it was in back
Yes.
in years ago.
12 inches.
Yeah. And I'm like, because I've hurt my lower back because it's further away than I'm anticipating because I'm
Mm-hmm.
memorized all the others. There's all these things we do that, and we don't realize
Mm-hmm.
one run because I've almost fallen off on the way to, just,
Yep.
these are serious things. So let me ask you this. How does a person, is there a checklist? How do you know that as you are aging or your life is transitioning from whatever to whatever,
Mm-hmm.
how do you know when you need to talk to a professional, and how do you know you have the right professional? What are some of the
Mm-hmm.
things that when because you've probably turned down some clients because you weren't vibing, or they've
Mm-hmm.
not chosen you because you weren't vibing? What is the
Mm-hmm.
number one thing, Quiana, that attaches people, connects them rather in this need, um, so that it works out well for everybody? What is it about you that you think gets you hired over and over again?
Um, contract work terrifies people. Everybody has a horror story. So when I come into the home, they're already on the defense. Are you about to ask me for $1 million that you don't need? So I get that, and I know that. I'm a person too. I've had those horror stories in my life as well. So number one, I come into the space knowing that that energy is there, and it's hard to avoid, and it should be there. I do not believe in contractors who throw a number at you within the first 2 seconds, because that's impossible. Everyone's in the interior design is couture to the nines. Every single thing in this house is about you and maybe your future purchasers and what you need to do. So if your interior designer is not being very, 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 very selfishly towards you, then it's not going to work. I have a mental checklist. I ask people, do you need a taller toilet? Some people are short and don't need a taller toilet.
Yeah, they're already
So
down there, right?
you need a 17-inch, 18-inch toilet. And so I
Yeah.
ask people what they need. How do they do things? How do you use areas? Where do you go first? Do you want to do this? What did you want to do in this room? What gets on your nerves in this room every day? So that is how I approach the room. It is like literally a checklist of me asking you every personal, ridiculous detail of your life Do you like forks versus spoons? Like the level of questioning.
Yeah.
So that's how I approach it. And people like that I go down to the
I love
nitty-gritty of the
that.
details.
I love that, Quiana, because I'm gonna tell you something. If perfect example, I just mentioned the plantation shutters. Because first we had these blackout blinds, right? That were dated, but we liked it because we like it completely dark when we sleep. That's just how it is, because we like to be in a cave, right? But we did not realize, like, one of them was a pain because, you know, one of the strings was off and you couldn't use the, and they're big, wide windows, the two sets, right? So this one side, we hadn't lifted it in years, just the one side. And we didn't realize we were getting depressed because our bedroom is huge and it would always seem kind of gloomy. So we only go in there to go to bed and get them run out. But as soon as we got those plantation shutters, the room seemed 3 times the size. It seemed more inviting. It seemed healthier. I could breathe better. It was just a huge change. So what about windows? And you know what I'm saying? How important is light?
I did this to myself, Lauren. In college, in my dorm, I bought a purple tablecloth. It was a gorgeous table. I put it over my window. But it was gorgeous and I didn't want to cut it. I was like, oh, I should cut it, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to put the scissors to it. It was too beautiful. So I left that tablecloth there in its entirety and forgot to ever open it and went through the worst depression of my entire life, like all the way down the suicidal rabbit hole. And it took me years to realize that that was likely a gigantic trigger because I didn't get enough light. I didn't get enough sunlight. Like, that's how important sunlight, sleep, water. These are the top of the list. You don't even need food as much as you need sleep. And if you don't have light, your sleep will be messed up. So that is how important this is to me. And it is one of the reasons I'm so passionate about designing your environment to like the science of our sensory needs versus pretty pillows. Like, that's what's important to me.
Oh, there we are. Internet. Are you from Chicago?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So you know Comcast.
Yeah.
And you know they get their satellites from the dollar store.
Yeah.
Clearly. So yeah, thank you for continuing to speak when I'm frozen because they can still hear and see you. Thank you for that.
Oh, okay, good.
So pro. You're so pro. Now listen, our next move in our house, this is a selfish question, is our kitchen. Right? Is our kitchen. And again, it's about, you know, it's like this design thing with your home is almost like when you had a car, you were, you know, one of your early cars in life where you say, I'm gonna get this car, I'm getting a paint job. And then you go, oh, the paint job, look at them rims. And then you go, oh, I got to have new rims. Then you get new rims and you go, oh, but they don't look good. Look at them tires. They're all beat up. And then you got to get new tires. That's how it is in this house. Once we got the primary done upstairs and then we had the other bathroom and now we're like, oh, this kitchen is depressing. We needed to open up more flow because we love the flow in other areas. So how important is it for people to understand that as they grow, so should their living space?
I don't think people notice that. And the one of the biggest benefits of an interior designer is we're there to see everything holistically. So if I was your designer, we would have designed everything and then did one project at a time. You already know what your kitchen would look like before you realize, wait, it don't look like how I want it to look, so that it will flow with all the other changes that you've made. Now it's kind of like piecemeal. You kind of go back and you got to go forward. You got to go back. And your designer can help you save money as well. Because while you're doing that kitchen, you know what you wanted. And then you saw something cute and you're like, well, now I want that. And you're buying things that weren't in the plan that didn't fit the budget. So your designer will keep you on budget, keep you on time, keep your vision alive, and make sure that you're properly accommodated and do all of that before you start buying things.
Yeah. Speaking of, because that was my husband's job, to pick out the light fixtures, to pick out the towel bars, the vanity, the tub, the shower, what kind of shower head, and thing, up instead of on the wall. All these different things, the Italian tile. And I remember the contractor kept, because I was like, well, we're 3 times over the budget already. And he goes, well, talk to him. He likes expensive things, right? But I want to ask you this. We were blessed because we did have a contract, because I'm telling you, our primary bathroom was something from the 90s, right? When this house was a model. And sliding glass door, closets and all that. And we needed a big walk-in, and we didn't like the way the vanity set was going, the direction in there. And he reconfigured it all as if he were a designer. Now, some contractors have that gift, but they don't all have that gift. This guy really did. I mean, because man, I could have never thought that you could have what we have now without our bedroom losing any space, any square footage in the living area. And he did it. But let me ask you this. What are some of the warnings that you might give people? Because he, just as easily as he was talented with the design part, he could have not known what the hell he was talking about. And it might have cost us because it was too late. Right. What do you feel when you hear me say, yeah, my contractor, he one heck of a designer? I mean, because it's possible, but
yeah, there are designers who can decorate. There are designers who can't decorate. There are decorators who can design. There are contractors who can design. There are designers who don't understand construction. So there's definitely a blend. I always tell people you need a realtor, a designer, and a contractor. You need all three. We need the system of checks and balances here, because everybody doesn't understand everyone's job. My biggest thing about sometimes with contractors is they don't design spaces for people to live in them. They almost design spaces for them to build it. Like, can it be built? Can it be used for this, 2 minutes? But can it be used for 2 years? Like, is this configuration 2 years worthy? Designers want to do things that can't physiologically be built. Like, ma'am, come back to the earth plane and make it so that earth this can work.
Right.
So I think we need each other. If your contractor is more worried about whether it can be built, then if you'll be comfortable looking at it every freaking day, then that's a red flag for me.
So which comes first, Quiana, the chicken or the egg, the designer or the contractor? When I'm like, just use my kitchen as an example. Should I sit down, even though Joel already knows what we want to do? We want to get this wall out. We want to open it up so it flows into the dining room. We want a center island, cabinets gone, new countertops, this, that, and the other. He's already like, this is where your pantry will be. We're going to move your fridge over here because it can't be here because this wall won't be here now. All these things. When would I bring in a person like you? Now to compare, well, here's what Joel told me. What's he saying? Is he telling me the truth? Or do I just listen to him? You see what I'm saying? Can you bring a person like you in as a consultant to back up someone's story?
I can consult, but the ideal situation is if you are building your home on a land of grass. If you're coming from scratch, definitely you should start with your realtor and your interior designer before involving the contractor. It sounds a little selfish, but the point is to make a space that actually fits you and your family and your flow of needs. Then you want to consult your contractor, like which of this can be built, which of this can't be built. As a designer who's gone to school, I have enough knowledge to understand some HVAC, some plumbing, some electrical work, but I do not know how to build those things. And I have to involve technical trade individuals to make sure that I'm getting it right. So they're both important, but I do think the designer should come before the contractor. But because most homes already exist, typically we come in after the fact. So we come in after it's built, after it's done, after you lived in it. And then you're like, I don't like it. And then we change it. And then again, go back to a contractor like, okay, this is what we decided to change. So that's usually the way it goes.
Got it. Let me ask you this one. A lot of our friends, not so much at their regular houses, but a lot of them that have second homes are suddenly, or maybe not so sudden, but currently I have 2 friends that are doing it, are putting solar in. So let's talk about sustainability and things like that affect more than just our
our inside lives and you know, our curb appeal and that sort of thing.
Mhm.
Things like solar. How do you feel about solar?
Beyond fantastic.
Yeah.
Interior design, construction waste is the biggest amount of trash and waste in our landfills. You rip up that floor and you throw it away. You rip up that carpet and they throw it away. They pull out those countertops and they throw it away. I worked for a stone manufacturer, and we would build entire fireplaces from scratch, carve it out of a mountain, fix it in Mexico, ship it to Texas, bring it to Ohio. It's cracked, so throw it away.
Wow.
Like, that's how much waste the construction industry involved, and that's just the making some things angle. Sustainability is also about our health, and things like off-gassing. That annoying paint scent that you hate, that is off-gassing. That is that material releasing cancerous, toxinous, stinky things into your bloodstream every time you breathe it. So it actually really is important to open the window. And everything off-gasses. Our chairs off-gas, the carpet, the rug you bought, all of those things. So investing in products that can decompose, but still have longevity, things that are made from the earth, that are not all out of plastic, are so important. Most people are going to go through the items in about every 7 years. If you're not going to keep this for eternity and pass it on to your descendants, then try to be responsible about what you're buying. And can it be deconstructed? Can it be reused? Can it go back into the earth? Things like that. So solar power is beautiful because you can actually sell some of that power back to companies who use those power and spread it throughout the neighborhood. So that's actually a really great investment.
Wow, that's what I've heard. I'm going to take a look into that. Let me ask you. Let's pivot. I got another question. Crazy choices. A lot of people, you know, they look forward to that day when they can build their dream house. Now, hi, Monica Teague, good friend of mine. I remember when Monica and her husband built their dream house, right? And I went through the tour the first time because she was a coaching client. So I'll go in there. I'm like, ooh, girl. And she was like, take your shoes off. Step on the floor in the bathroom, right? And it was like all warm. I was like, ooh. She was like, yeah, self-warming tiles. We just flip a switch. You don't need a whole bunch of rugs and this and the other. And then she went to where the commode was, and she goes, wait, watch this. And so she stood and approached the toilet. I don't know how they did it. I still don't understand it. But if it's a female and the toilet seat was up, it detected it and to put the seat down automatically. Inside where the water and stuff is, the inside of the rim turned pink. A light came on. It was pink, signifying female. Right. And then she goes, now I'm going to come out and you come in. I promise. I went in and I stood there and it detected, a guy's standing here. So it turned blue and the seat came up. Now I'm like, that's all cute and stuff. I understand why you want a warm floor when you get out of the shower at the tub. Right. But why can't a person just lift or lower? Why would you put all that money into all your toilets? Every bathroom had that automatic thing. And then they ended up moving to another, their jobs got transferred. They got transferred like 2 years later. So a lot of these little things. So my point is this: what do you do when people they're the client, they're the customer, they're always right, have these crazy ass choices? Do you just have to go with it, or do you try to say, look, you know, your money might serve you better if you would, what about this instead, or that, or what's that like in your
one of my first questions is, how long you finna be here? Like, how long do you plan to stay? If you're going to be here for 2 years, then make sure you're building for your resale value, or for the next tenant or person. If you're going to be here for 10 years, if this is the family home, if you're raising grand puppies here, then let's do what you want to do. Yeah. Let's make it yours. And if you need glow in the dark toilets, let's do glow in the dark toilets. We're just going to make sure it makes you happy. That's what we're going to do. So that's kind of my gauge there.
2-part question now. What is the craziest request you've ever had for a design piece, a design element from a client? And then after that, tell us about the best. I don't know anybody who does not love and is envious of a bomb ass walk-in closet. So That to me is more important than the bed. Even though my husband spent $6,000 on a mattress, which I was like, we could have blew up a mattress and I could have slept on it, right? Not that important to me, but very important to him. Now, but walk-in closet. I want to hear about the best one you've ever helped create. So most crazy, and then the best closet. Go.
Most crazy. I don't know if I've had like a crazy request, or maybe I don't notice them because I'm crazy.
So you never had nothing like that glow in the dark toilet?
No glow in the dark toilets. But here's one of the most uncomfortable sort of design scenarios I had to be within. So as an interior designer,
I know what it is. It was a stripper pole.
Not that.
Go ahead.
I'm actually okay with that. If we need to build one of them rooms, you can call me.
Okay.
I want people to be happy. Okay, I'm about comfort. Okay. I was in a house, and as a designer, I run across a lot of hoarding, and I've actually dealt with hoarding in my own life. So I come at it from a completely empathetic place, and God do things and give you crap and problems so you'll understand future people. And a lot of people have trouble calling someone for help when they are a hoarder. And the number one thing to notice is that most people who are hoarding typically are overwhelmed with life. They're taking care of a child or a family member who might be mentally ill that they don't have the capacity to even already do. So there's somebody who's sick taking care of somebody who's sick. And so usually the life just get out of hand. And I had to help them with their bathroom, and it was in the basement, and they were elderly and they had people to take care of. It took me about 3 visits to figure out what was all over the floor was kitty litter and not like cake crumbs. I was like, what is on this floor? But anyway, the bathroom just had ants pouring out of the vanity. I don't like things with more than 4 legs, but I know they needed help. And so I still had to kind of like document the bathroom, and I stood outside the door and documented the bathroom. And I even knew at that time, if this was me being myself inside my own body, I would have ran a long time ago. But because I have like this passion to help people in these situations, I almost can't believe I stood there long enough while the ants were just like, la, 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 la. Yeah. And I was able to help that family. I was like, okay, so we can't actually bring the contractors here till the bugs are gone because that's a safety issue. I never made them feel bad about the state of the space. And this was their home. They lived there. And I was like, we're going to fix it. We're going to help you. We're going to make it better. Instead of shaming them or making them feel gross or giving them like icky faces. So it was all about just let me stay a distance that's safe and let me help them because they want and they need help. And that is kind of some of the craziest situations that I've been in, spaces where I almost can't help you because I can't get in there. So we need to find some people to help you clear it out a little bit so we can get you the help that you need. Those are kind of the crazy situations I tend to get into.
Wow. And how many years have you been doing this work?
That's a hard number for me to always do. So I started school at about 2003, 2002. I started doing things and helping people at about 2005. So whatever that is from now.
Wow. That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So there's your website, designerrose.com. And so I'm going to bring it in just so we can play around in here for a couple of the last minutes. We're a few minutes. This hour has flown by. So I'm assuming everything we're looking at here is your work.
Yes, that's all me. That is mine. It didn't exist before me.
That wall covering to the left is awesome.
This is a 3D wallpaper. So, it's got a little raise to it, a little etch to it. And I wanted it to be textural, but not distracting.
It is gorgeous. And that black at the top inlay of the ceiling.
Yes. I painted the ceiling black, and I love doing things like that because it's a way to add darkness. Some of us like darkness, but we don't want to close in the room. So how do we do that? So just blacken the ceiling. You'll get your dark elements that you love without closing in the room.
Yes. Is that Lakeshore Drive?
I am in Chicago, so everything that I do is mostly Chicago, even though I can help people across the nation. Yeah. So that is just like a rendering. That particular picture is a rendering, so it's not a real existing ocean.
Okay, it's really beautiful. This room.
Yes. It is a kitchen. It is a living room. the trend in the world is gray. Gray, everything gray, and then
That's
gray,
what,
and then cream.
yes, our housekeeper was telling us that.
And I
Erica,
just threw the pink sofa in there because I need a little color. I need some color
we
in
love
my
color.
life.
You should see our house. These are just beautiful.
Thank
This were
you.
it really is, Quiana. I'm not kidding.
That's a salon.
Is it?
Yeah, that the one up top.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, that's a hair salon. So that's just kind of like the waiting area, and then you go through and you can see all the chairs and things.
Really beautiful. Oh, Naperville.
Yes,
So you come out here where I'm at.
I do. I'm pretty much. I have a big radius. There's on my site. You can figure out all my locations that I will actually physically come to. I'm not at the stage yet where people can fly me out, but I'm getting there. But I can help people remotely. Pretty much all of the US. Even if it's a full service project, I still have remote service options because most of the work we do is on a computer, on a phone, or you can hire somebody to go to your house and measure it. So I do remote work for full service clients in states that I am not in.
I'm so proud of you, Quiana. It's really beautiful. Really, really, really. And I'm not just saying that, I mean it. Listen, so the website is the best place for people to reach out to get the conversation started.
Yes, I have a page there where you can fill out what's going on with your project and how to reach me. Everything is there. I give you the whole process. I put the prices on the page. I don't want people to be confused because that's not part of comfort. Confusion doesn't equal comfort. So I want you to know what's going to happen, how we're going to do this, how much it may cost, so that I do that on purpose.
I love it. And there's the key word, purpose, right there. So listen, hang out for 1 second backstage after we end here because I want to set something up with you and get you to come out and check out what we need.
Thank you so much.
And absolutely. Listen, great job today. You guys hit her up on the website, designerrose.com. Check out all things Quiana Rose. Beautiful work, beautiful person. Beautiful message, and I love that you've got some woo-woo moving through the through your work too. We need that, not just feng shui anymore, right?
Right.
Right. I get it. Listen, thank you so much. You were here for the final show of all these years on StreamYard. Thank you, StreamYard, for 7 years of blessedness, and I will see you all. I'll be here, but remember, I'm recording it because I want to watch what happens tomorrow, the first day over on the Wave platform. But God willing, I'll meet you all tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central, right over on the front porch as we do every day, Monday through Friday. And in the meantime, get out. Do whatever it takes today to find one E and one R and take everything you already are to the next level. Bright to brighter, strong to stronger, great to greater. I'll see you. Get out. Don't forget, I love, love, love you. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Quiana, anything you want to say before we leave?
Find your peace. It's important.
There you go. Find that peace. Y'all get out of here. Find your highest self. I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you. Quiana, great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.